Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to council comments, and we'll start with Councilwoman Jess.
Thanks, Mayor. I just want to say that I just want to say congratulations to all the milestone recipients and the retirees. Also, I want to congratulate our 3 new firefighters. I think that's absolutely amazing. And also, I want to say thanks to our Parks and Rec department, because they do work overtime, double time, all those times to make sure a job get done and to make sure that our citizens are taken care of in those areas. So I want to really appreciate that. Also, thank God that you're back. I know I haven't seen you in a while, and thank God I'm back as well, right? So I'm just glad that you feel well and you're going about doing your job for our city. Thank you so very much. We'd appreciate that. Also, we want to thank everyone for their citizens' comments. Matt and Donna and Al and Joy. Everyone has their comments about how our city should go forward and different things, and we really appreciate that. And believe me, the council really do take everything in consideration, and we do have conversations, we do have training on all of these topics, and we do take the citizens' requests in consideration and their concerns. So to Joey, I just want to let him know that we do have those conversations and we do have meetings about that. So we do appreciate our citizens and those people who voted for us, and we do all we can do to satisfy what is needed to keep Fairborn moving forward. And I am so happy to be a part of that progress. So thank you all for your comments, and it's well noted. And that's all the comments I have for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I too would like to thank all those that came forward and spoke tonight. And I would like to address the comment as well that we don't listen to citizens, and that could be further from the truth. We listen to everything our citizens say. We take notes on the ones that come up here and speak on what our citizens say. We field emails on what our citizens say. We talk to them at these forums. I would have liked to have talked to some of them this evening, but they had departed, unfortunately. But we do speak, or excuse me, we do listen to each and everything that you say to us, and we take it to heart. However, our primary job as a city council is to make the best decision in representing the 34,000 people, and not the 1 or 2 that come down and speak, or the 1 or 2 that email. We have to consider all 34,000, all areas of the city. So with that being said, I'd like to use the rest of my time tonight to make a comment regarding the current state of the moratorium on recreational marijuana. But first, I think it's important that we understand what a moratorium is, and that is a legal authorization to temporarily stop a particular activity for a specific period of time. Nowhere in that definition is the word ban. The city of Fairborn has not banned it. We've not said no. We've not said yes. We're not ignoring the voters. What we're doing is giving ourselves time to gather more information so we can make an informed decision as a panel for the 34,000 citizens in the city. The law voters passed in 2016, House Bill 523, established medical marijuana for the state of Ohio. Within that law, Section 3796.29 allows the legislative authority of a municipal corporation to adopt an ordinance or a resolution to prohibit, ban, or limit the number of cultivators, processors, or retail dispensaries licensed within its corporation. To date, the city of Fairborn has not adopted any such ordinance or resolution banning medical marijuana. In fact, while I was the chairman of the City of Fairborn Planning Board, an application was made and presented to us in May of 2018 to construct and operate a medical marijuana dispensary within our city limits. After a lot of consideration and looking at the zoning codes and everything else, the planning board approved that facility, pending approval of that particular company's issuance of a license by the state of Ohio. Unfortunately, that company was not awarded a license, and subsequently they withdrew their package, and to date, to the best of my knowledge, no other applicant has come forward requesting to build such a facility in our city. And that's not because we have a ban on it, because we do not. Fast forward now to 2023, and once again, the Ohio voters approved Issue 2, making recreational marijuana legal within the state of Ohio. Subsequently, the city of Fairborn issued a moratorium. And why did we do that? The answer is very simple, and that's to give the state of Ohio time to iron out what their rules and regulations are going to be, to allow the city an opportunity to ensure, once those rules and regulations are published, to evaluate our ordinances, our zoning, and everything else to ensure the safety, security, and well-being of all 34,000 citizens. We need to know specifically what the legalities of what a dispensary could do, what the municipality could do, what we could prohibit, what we couldn't. One example I will offer you that we hear a lot, and you see it a lot in social media, is how many vape shops we have in the city. Something that we are very invested in and we want to make sure of is that if we do approve a recreational marijuana facility, that these vape shops, which 3 are located right across the street from our primary school, aren't going to be selling recreational marijuana. Pick up your kid and pick up your marijuana at the same time. We want to make sure that we don't do that. And we can't do that if we don't take the time to make sure that our rules and regulations conform with what the state has said and we prevent it. So think about it this way as well. When you sit down to play a game with your family, such as Monopoly, Uno, 5-card poker, what have you, pick your poison. You aren't going to invest your time, money, and energy playing that game if you don't know what the rules are up front. You're not going to make them up as you go, because that's going to make a lot of those people you're playing with angry. I'd also like to point out that one of the major complaints that we get on council, at least I get, I'm not sure my fellow members get it, is there are too many smoke shops, too many gas stations, too many storage units, etc. within the city. And the answer to that is simple. These folks have come forward wanting to put these in our city, and legally, based on the rules and regulations in the zoning code, we can't stop it. Otherwise, we face legalities in a court of law. So, I will offer you this also. Within Greene County, the city of Fairborn, Xenia, and Beaver Creek are the largest municipalities within our county. In October of 2024, Xenia banned recreational marijuana. In July 2024, by a vote of 4-3, Beaver Creek banned recreational marijuana and placed a ban on any future medical or recreational marijuana dispensaries. Bellbrook currently has a moratorium in place as well. In Montgomery County, home to two current dispensaries, they have placed a moratorium on any new businesses as well. In January 2025, Kettering banned all forms of marijuana-related businesses, and just this month, Centerville banned recreational marijuana by a vote of 4-3, but they retained medical marijuana. So why is the city considering to extend this moratorium? In my opinion, there's 2 particular reasons why I have voted yes to extend this moratorium. And the first one is to ensure the safety, security, and well-being of all citizens of the city of Fairborn. And secondly, the city has invested a lot of time in working with consultants to develop our land use plan, our economic development strategy, and most recently a review and update of part of our zoning code to outline a vision for our city to continue to grow and be a city in motion. So where do we go from here? We wait. As the legislative body for the city of Fairborn, it is our responsibility to make sure that we're making a responsible decision for every citizen in the city. And that is exactly what I intend to vote when I make my vote, is for what I think is best for every citizen of the city. Your Honor, I yield the floor.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Thanks, Rodney, for all that good information. Yeah, and I agree. When I voted yes for the moratorium, I was not voting yes to ban marijuana. I was voting yes for an extension for more time to get things in line. And personally, I would like it if by the end of this current moratorium, we've already had time to discuss all those things that we could do, so that the next vote, I hope, for me anyway, is not to extend a moratorium. It's just to decide it. That's just me. So, hey, I wanted to congratulate 4 of our citizens. Well, one of them's a teacher at the school. We have a group that was going to get training for the Tree City USA program, and they graduated from their Tree Commission Academy. Those are members of the Environmental Advisory Board, and they're helping us. They went to learn what it takes to be a Tree City USA, and then they're going to be able to lead the way for the city to achieve those goals. So thank you to Rachel Sauter, Linda Riffle, Lexi Nick, and Dan Kirkpatrick.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for that, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that program brings our way. And I want to also thank everybody that came and spoke tonight. I listen to people's concerns. I typically, if I don't understand them, I reach back, and I try to do the best I can. Sometimes even if I don't agree with you, I will, at a work session, I'll bring it up if I can, just for a discussion sometimes. So it's important. Please don't be discouraged. These meetings are a different format. I would say to some of those folks that feel that way, maybe come to a work session. I know that's tough because it's maybe conflicts with your work hours, but that's where more discussion is likely to happen, and you might see what you're missing in a meeting of this, like this style. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Rodney, thank you for those words. Truly appreciate that, as well as all my colleagues up here. I know, because I've witnessed it, that they pour their heart and soul into what they do up here. It's not, they don't take this role or this opportunity for granted. We truly toil about certain things in work session. And we don't always agree. And that's the way it should be. Honestly, we all came up to this particular point through different paths. And I must appreciate what everyone brings to this table. So I truly appreciate my colleagues who sit up here and represent this city. As I do the city manager, as I do the staff who work tirelessly to bring these concerns and bring these plans to the table, regardless of what department. It could be our parks, could be our streets, could be our engineering department, could be our finance department. They work for the city. So I truly appreciate that. And we do listen to you, so thank you so much for that. I appreciate the folks who came up tonight. I often say that it takes a lot to come up to a microphone and express yourself. It takes a lot to come up in a public forum and speak your truth and speak your heart. So I truly appreciate the folks who do come up, because we do listen to you. Mayor, thank you so much for the Fair Housing proclamation and the Community Development Week proclamation. As we sit back and listen to those proclamations that are read, I wonder to myself, why do we have to do that? Why do we have to make a proclamation about fair housing for people who can't get fair housing? It's unfortunate, but I appreciate the fact that we bring those things to light and we make it a point to represent those who struggle with community development and fair housing. So thank you, Officer Mark Kohler. Let me get it right. For his service. He's a public servant, 25 years. He's seen a lot of things. He helped in a lot of ways. So hats off to him and his retirement. We're a full service city. We are a full-service city. It is tough to make decisions and choices, but we have opportunities. Many of the folks who came up, we're getting ready to launch an opportunity right now to have more engagement with your council members, more engagement with the mayor, more engagement opportunities where we can sit and talk and have a conversation so that we can learn and we can understand and we can have a dialogue as to what goes behind a decision that we have to make. So I look forward to that. Thank you so much for Emily for making it happen, and thank you so much, Mike, for supporting that as we move forward. It's going to be tremendous. It's going to be a different way. It's going to be, again, a walk into this transparency track that we're on right now. It's more than just an open checkbook. It's transparency, understanding some of the reasons why we do what we do, and some of the reasons why we make the decisions that we do make. So had a lot of rain, and caught myself at my daughter's house getting water out of the basement. So that was a lot of fun, but hopefully everyone got through that challenge unscathed. Hopefully we're through the whole rain part and we can dry out and have fun for the rest of the summer. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor.
All right, so I tried to cross off some of the redundancy, and then I think there's some that bears repeating. First and foremost, thank you to the milestone recipients. As always, thank you for choosing to serve the citizens of Fairborn. Mark Kohler, you're probably not watching this, but I'm very upset that you didn't tell me you were retiring, but we can talk about that later. And then thank you to the comments. I do want to respectfully agree to disagree with Mr. Bryant. There are a lot of people that come to us, whether it be in this format, through email, the 20-minute conversation I had at Kroger this weekend, where I went home with melted ice cream. That's what we signed up for, right? We have a lot of feedback from Al Carney, who brings great information to us. And if you talk to our city engineer, he's going to tell you that there are things that he didn't consider. Donna is constantly giving us information, and we've got the Rankins and many, many others. And so I appreciate the frustration, and I understand, but I'm not sure that it is founded completely accurately. And to Rodney's point, we are here to serve over 34,000 people, and we love hearing from all of you. And we may not always agree on where we're going and the path, but we do take into consideration all of those comments. In fact, many of us who are on the socials, we take a look at those and we have those conversations. Hey, did you see this? This is a concern. Hadn't considered it. So there's a lot of dialogue that doesn't happen here on the first and third Mondays of the month. So I would caution, maybe that's not the best word. I would ask Mr. Bryant to maybe have more dialogue with us directly to understand a little bit more about how this works. But I do appreciate his feedback, and I can see where he's coming from. That being said, moving on to brighter topics, it's a busy time of year. Grads are preparing. The signs are up around town. You're going to see people stopping and taking pictures of their kids with their signs. So let's just be cognizant of that. Parks and Rec, one of the big comments we see a lot on social media, specifically I see, is that there's nothing for our kids to do. There's lots for our kids to do. Is it the big shiny bounce house or gym or whatever? No, but there's lots of things that Parks and Rec pour their heart and soul into providing opportunities for all the kids of all various ages. So please go check them out, see what they have, and get your kids signed up for that. Big thank you to the other city employees, parks, wastewater, all of the things that you've done through these trying times with the weather and, keeping everything in line. And then last but not least, I had the honor to be present this morning as we did swear in 3 firefighters, and we were introduced to the new recruit. It is an honor and it is a privilege to watch these young men and women join the city of Fairborn and service us as not only firefighters but also EMTs, because we're the only community around that has that full service. So I thank them, as I do our milestone recipients, for choosing the city of Fairborn and serving our community. And that is it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to jump right into our milestones again. To Colton, Kara, thanks for your service to the community. The amount of years that you've put in certainly speaks to your commitment. Mark Stannard, getting ready to retire, been a fantastic policeman for the city. Wish him all the well. I was also with Mary this morning for the 3 new firemen and 1 new recruit right here in this room. It's fantastic to see these new folks coming in with their families to show their support for them. And it's what makes our fire department and our police department the best in the area, the best in the state. And I firmly believe that. I want to comment on some of the things that occurred tonight. The resolution the ordinance that passed tonight, I know there are concerns about that. We have discussed that at length. It's not something that we simply made a quick decision. And the comment made that we don't listen to the citizens about things like that is just absolutely not correct. We listen extensively to the citizens. We've heard feedback from them. We also listen extensively to the city, to the experts on the city staff who address those issues and those concerns. And then we as a council have to weigh both sides of it to make a decision. And to say that we never listen to the citizens when we make decisions, that's just blatantly not true. I was a city councilman for 4 years, then a mayor before for 4 years. I'm the mayor again. And I can say that every city council I have served with listens to the citizens. That's just an incorrect statement. I want to add also that the issue of marijuana, this is not an easy issue to make a decision on. And there's been a lot of angst about what decision we're going to do. We've been criticized for pushing off a decision. And as Rodney said, there's a lot that goes into making that decision on the moratorium or not. We have been strongly advised by people outside of the city, state legislators, to wait and see what the state is going to do with their budget. We have a 2-year budget in the state. In June, the state is going to make a decision about the budget, and it does impact the decision whether we go with having a dispensary or not, because one of the things being addressed in that budget is, will the cities get any kind of the tax that is part of that? And there have been varying discussions on that. The state legislator has not finalized their decisions on how much money the cities might get or might not get. And we were advised not to vote until we see what the state is going to do. And I think that was very, very wise advice that we got from some of our state legislators about waiting to see what direction the state is going to go. Everybody up here has an opinion on the marijuana issue. Everybody out there in the city has an opinion on it. We've heard very strong reasons to have a dispensary. We've heard very strong reasons not to have a dispensary. There are dispensaries in other communities around us, so people, if they want to get recreational marijuana, it is available. Not very far at all from Fairborn. So I think making the decision to wait until the state makes their final decisions on the budget is the wise thing for our community to do. And I know there are people that were here tonight that want us to make a decision right now, either direction. Well, we're going to wait to see what the state does, and there are good reasons for doing that. I also take exception to the comment that we don't listen to our citizens. I meet with citizens almost weekly. I offered to meet with a gentleman who made that comment at the end of the last citizens forum, and he declined to meet with me. We started citizens forums years ago. Paul Keller, when he was the mayor, continued them in different formats. Members of the council up here were part of that. we have made efforts frequently to meet with citizens. And I want to applaud what Clint mentioned. Emily Gay, our communications manager, along with our city manager, have come up with a plan to make transparency and opportunities to meet with city staff and city council even more prevalent than they already are. So you're going to see more coming out about that, a lot more opportunities for us to listen to what the citizens say. And I really take exception to the comment that we don't listen to our citizens. Every time we've had major issues, whether it's the plan for the city for housing and stuff, we have had extra meetings where we've opened it up to citizens for us to hear what they've had to say. I also have heard comments in the past about city council members missing council meetings. And that is true. On some occasions, they do miss council meetings. They've always been excused in the sense that they have let us know. For example, tonight, one of our council members is not here because he is traveling for his work, okay? In addition to council meetings, council members attend a lot of other city functions. We heard Mary mention the meeting today to recognize and welcome our 3 new firemen and the new recruit. We have a lot of events like that. Council members are asked to attend, and many do attend, chamber events, chamber ribbon cuttings to welcome new businesses. It's very common that the city manager, myself, and other council members attend those ribbon cuttings. We attend chamber chats, which are opportunities for council members to meet with businesses, etc. So to say that the city council doesn't listen to their citizens, I blatantly disagree with that. We attend a lot of different functions. We attend things for the base. In the last month, I've attended the award ceremony for the 88th Air Base Wing. This Saturday, I attended the 445th Reserve Wing, their award ceremony. We attend a lot of activities for Wright State. There's a lot of things that go on there that we attend events for them. So to say that we don't listen to our citizens, I'm sorry, I really, really disagree with those comments that were made. But he's entitled to make those comments. Again, we want to thank everybody who showed up here tonight. We do appreciate your comments. We may not always agree with them, but we appreciate you making those comments. I especially want to welcome back Mike. He's had a very tough road with his hip replacement surgeries. We are so glad he is back. Mike McNamee has really been outstanding as our solicitor, helping us to look at things. So I want to take some time to thank some of our staff for what they do. I especially want to thank Penny tonight for being here, filling in for Julie, who is on a much-deserved vacation with her family. So I want to thank all of our citizens who are actively involved in making Fairborn a better community. We have a policeman here tonight standing in the back of the room. Thank you, sir, for being here. We're not a perfect community, but we have a lot of people in this community who do a lot of good to make it the community we live in. I'm a retired military officer. My wife and I lived all over the United States, and we chose to retire in this community because of what this community offers its citizens. Whether it's a fantastic park system, whether it's the best fire and police departments in the state of Ohio, for whatever reasons, people choose to live in Fairborn. And I appreciate this council up here. Yes, 3 of them are up for re-election this fall. I don't know if they've made decisions whether to run or not, but we have outstanding council members, and they do listen to the citizens in this community. Okay, so at this time, we do have a need to recess into an executive session for the purpose of, per ORC 12122-G3, to conference with an attorney for the public body concerning disputes involving the public body that are the subject of pending or imminent court action. So at this time, Penny, would you call the roll to go into executive session? Oh, we need a motion first, excuse me.
So moved.
We have a motion?
Second.
Second, Julie, please call the roll.
Penny.
Penny, I just said, my script says Julie, so, excuse me, Penny.
Mr. Cummins?
Yay.
Ms. Reister?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Ms. Chess?
Yes.
Ms. Stanton?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkpatrick?
Yes. Council will not be taking any action when we return from executive session. Again, thank you all who attended this evening.
They said-